Welcome to In the Bag, episode 1. My name is Kayla.
I'm Kenny. Thank you for tuning in today.
Thanks for tuning in.
So, how have you been?
I've been pretty good, pretty chill. How have you?
I'm chilling. What's been happening with you in the past, week?
What have I been doing? I have been journaling more,
Okay.
writing down more of my thoughts, which has been pretty good.
Okay.
What else have I been doing? I've also been applying for a new job. Hopefully I get it. It's a marketing position, so I'll be learning stuff about marketing in general and entrepreneurship. So that's pretty
good.
cool too.
Yeah,
What about you?
Lately I've just been trying to stay busy, honestly. I've been working on a clothing brand I'm relaunching. I had it since high school, and bringing it back from 2015, I think, is the year that I started it.
Yeah.
Just met with I have a factory back in my hometown, so I just got the details done. They're gonna get it made. It'll be done in a week or so, I think. And on top of that, I'm just working, at the plasma center. I'm a phlebotomist, so they've been shut down for about a week though. And my boss actually just texted me today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She said they're going to be shut down for a little bit longer, too, so...
So you're not going to work then on Friday?
Nah, not on Friday. Friday and Saturday, she said no. So I was like, wow.
Are you getting paid?
Yeah, that
Okay.
is... Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that. I think I am getting paid. I have to go make up hours at Clearwater sometime later, though. I think so. I'll just text to get the details done with her over that stuff.
That makes sense.
But yeah, what else were we talking about? You said, I'm sorry, I'm so exhausted right now. I've been trying to stay more awake at night.
Longer,
I was up,
yeah,
exactly, and it's just not working out. What do you think about
You're hard-headed.
Yeah, I am hard-headed. What do you think about intermittent fasting before you sleep? I've heard good things that can make you sleep better too.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it's about though. I know it's a thing where you're not supposed to eat after or before 2 hours of you or something.
Something like that. Something similar to that.
And just drink water and that's the same thing with technology too. But I've heard good things. I think my mom did it or something.
Really?
She said it's pretty good.
I've heard a couple people do it. But besides that, I've just been trying to stay busy. I'm writing this book as well.
Oh yeah.
It'll be done by the end of the year, hopefully. A lot of good things in there. Really just a lot of conversations I'm having with myself and the people close to me, and just seeing life experiences as a whole, how that whole thing comes together to make, you feel me, I'm really trying to stay focused. I am. I swear I'm trying to stay focused.
Just we're good.
Yeah, I'm so exhausted. But yeah, basically that book is going to be cool. It's just basically about a whole bunch of life experience and how, everyone goes through things, but there's different ways to...
really good.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I worked on it a lot. There was a lot of revisions. What else has been going on? Just that?
Yeah. Just chilling, focusing, getting this podcast down.
Money up, the podcasting down. Yeah, we've been looking forward to doing a podcast for a while now. I think that it's one of those things that you always say you want to do, you see people do it, because there's a lot of podcasts out there to go watch.
It's a lot.
I've become a fan of several over the past 6 months or so. What podcasts have you been watching? There's always the main ones.
I feel like I'm watching honestly the ones that you've put me on.
Really?
But I'm gonna say Joe Rogan Experience.
Joe Rogan is an excellent podcast.
I'm gonna say I like Your Mom's House. I really do like Chris D'Elia.
Chris D'Elia has an excellent podcast.
He's funny. I also like, I think it's it's Dumb Gay Political Podcast. I like that one too. That one's good. And just two best friends, one's lesbian, and they just discuss, that's why the gay part comes into the title, but they discuss politics and stuff that's going on, but they kind of do, I'm not gonna say dumb it down, but they make it in a way where it's more interesting than just on the news where it's hey, and then blah blah blah.
I got you.
It's more interesting though, so
I got you.
But anyway,
I've been thinking about all this trouble we're having trying to get ready to move into the new apartment.
Yeah.
And like even when we were looking for roommates, that was a struggle. I feel like at first because it was hard to try to find someone that could match like what we were searching for.
It was I feel
like roommates is something that everyone struggles with, especially like going through college or like when you're going through that transition from living at home with parents to try to like live on your own, like hold it down by yourself. Roommates is something that usually people tend to have to live with, honestly.
Yeah.
And there's been some crazy stories. What are some crazy stories you have for roommates?
I don't know per se like my own personal stories. Definitely what I've learned is you need to talk to your roommates the first week you move in.
Yeah.
Make sure that they're clean, or if you're not a clean person, make sure like they're okay with you being dirty.
Yeah.
And also talk about parties. Like, are you okay with having parties? Are you okay with having large groups of people over, or people over in general if they're like a hermit or something? I don't know. Also, I would say, I definitely just lost my train of thought, but
you're talking about
it's
roommate.
all good.
Yeah, that's good.
Roommates, yeah. Well, I was gonna say also, do they drink? Do they smoke? Are they okay with you doing those things? Because some people can be like really uncomfortable with that, which then can make you really uncomfortable. So that's the whole thing that you don't need. Yeah.
I know. I agree. That is true. That roommates, you definitely have to be able to come to the same level of communication and on the same page to even like try to be cool. I think I've lucked out though recently. My roommates are all pretty cool.
They're pretty, yeah.
I don't really see them too much. Like I see them maybe like once every 3 months or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like they're just never there.
They're not.
Which is cool. Yeah, I've heard some crazy things about roommates though in the past, like a whole bunch of crazy stories. I know I used to have a friend that went to, not USF, but HCC, and he was living at Reflections, and his roommate was trying to kill him. He, like, threatened him. The roommate, like, thought he kept locking his door, and, was playing with his cat or something. It was crazy. Yeah, it was my friend from high school, like, back from my hometown. He was going through that, and I think he actually moved back to my hometown now.
Because of that?
Maybe not because of that.
Okay, I was gonna say, damn.
That dude was taking drugs too. A little bit of drugs, nothing harsh.
Yeah.
Nothing harsh. But nothing harsh.
Nothing too serious.
Yeah, but so that was going on. So right there. I was gonna
say, well, I was also gonna say, in terms of things that you should talk to your roommates about is also dogs or cats, like you were just saying, cats.
That is a good point.
Because reading the Business Insider one, talking about a roommate deciding to buy a dog without consulting anyone, that can be an issue because I think they said that she wasn't even there half the time the dog was there, which, if there's a dog just running around the house, it's not yours. Who wants to take care of it? I mean, I love dogs, but not everybody fucks with dogs like that.
Yeah, that is true. We actually do know a group of people who were watching a dog for a while.
Yeah.
And the dog was just always chilling there. And no sign of the owner. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that dog either.
I was gonna ask.
I don't know what happened to that dog at all.
Next time we went over there, the dog was not there.
Yeah, they were chilling, but yeah, I think the dog's probably all right. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's always a sucky thing when you just kind of like burn a dog onto someone, for sure. Because there's people who hate dogs. I don't trust those people, first of all.
I don't trust those people either. I was just talking to somebody about that.
How'd that conversation go?
I was a girl who works at my job, she was like waxing me.
Okay.
And she was, we were talking about dog people and cat people, and she was saying how she's a dog person. Yeah. And she was saying like, why do people hate dogs? She's like, what's wrong with you? Yeah. And it's a real question. Dogs just love you. That's it. They don't do anything else besides love you.
I feel like people who hate dogs obviously hate themselves too. Because all dogs do, like a dog's only purpose in life is to play and to love you. I don't even know. Even shitty people like dogs. Yeah. You don't think Hitler had a couple of dogs? Hitler had some tools. Obviously, they're blonde. They're like some golden retrievers.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. But he had them.
Yeah.
Like, even shitty people like dogs, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, cat people, I just don't trust cats in general. But, I mean, cat people are cool. Like, if you like cats, but don't hate dogs, though, I think is my main thing.
Yeah, no, I got
you. There's nothing wrong
The
with
one
dogs.
cat person that actually turned me on to cats, because I wasn't fucking with the cats for the majority of my life, like 18 years straight. And then I met Robert. He was actually, to tie it all back together, he was actually one of the better roommates I've ever lived with, Robert.
Yeah.
And his cat was chill, just stayed in the room.
Robert was Fish.
Yeah,
Shout out to Fish.
Yeah. So for those listening, the cat's name was Fish. It was ironic because he did have a fish tank and the fish in there. His name was Cat. Mm-hmm. So that's the type of guy Robert was.
Yeah. And Fish was one of the first cats that I saw wearing a collar too. I don't see many cats wearing collars.
Really?
No.
I've never even thought about it.
Yeah.
I just think cats are like small killers, like small sociopaths. Because like, think about if you just saw like a miniature bear and people had it as pets. Like, that's so weird. Like,
yeah, I mean, they're descendants. So
yeah, exactly. I don't even know.
It's just smaller versions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So tell me more about your writing that you've been doing. What are you trying to do with that?
I am just kind of figuring it out, honestly.
What have you done, like, so far?
Just, like, journaling more every day. Just trying to, like, write down my thoughts, not have them all in my head. I'm basically just writing a journal that you know, get the cute little title for. But I'm just writing, just journal entries about, like, my 20s in general, and possibly maybe eventually write a book on that in general, just because I feel like I wasn't really given any, like, notice before of what I was getting myself into, really. It was kind of just like, all right.
What do you mean getting yourself into?
In terms of adulthood and just, like, there's no preparation for it.
Yeah.
Which,
is there ever?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, you can only prepare so much. But I think in terms of both my parents, you know, like, didn't move away from, like, their hometown, like, moved to a different, you know, city and stuff, so had to, like, start a new life. Yeah. Like, none of my family has done that. So I think that difference, too, is a big thing. Because I feel like there is a transition. If you leave once you graduate and you stay in your city, like, there's still a transition, but I don't think there's as much of a transition as, like, physically leaving and moving to a whole different city.
Yeah, a whole different
because
place.
Then that's you have to just start completely over without any type of, like, support system, really.
It does. I agree with when you say it's just you got to start over, because it does give you, like, a new sense of reality in the fact that you just have to you have to talk to a whole bunch of new people, talk to different people, figure out how you're going to make money, you're going to figure out where you're going to live. All that stuff doesn't come easy, and it's not like there's like you could Google that shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's all, like, stuff you have to, like, work out and, like, just go through. It might be rough. You still got to go through it, though, at the end of the day, which is, like, with most lessons in life. I think it depends on, it's one of those things that it depends on where you're moving to or where you're living, because most people don't even realize this country has, like, 305 million people. It's like a whole bunch of little countries just smashed into one. So where, like, you could
305 million?
Yeah.
That's it?
305 million is a lot of people.
I mean, that is a lot of people. But
That's a lot of people.
I guess in terms of, there's what, 7 billion people, 6 billion people?
The world is really big.
Yeah. I don't know.
Look at how many people.
I'm going to look.
We have the
there is a
sources
laptop
right here. Pull it up.
How many people living
in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 305 million.
I mean, I guess that's America. A lot of people. 327.2 million.
It grew.
2018.
So 330 million.
Yeah, basically, we can just round up.
Okay, that makes sense.
There's babies being born every day. But yeah, that's true.
Yes, that's a lot of people. That's all I was saying, really.
Yeah. Well, what was I gonna say?
We were talking about roommates.
Yeah, I was gonna say, back to that, in terms of, like, I guess, little advice, I would say, since I'm hard-headed and don't want to listen to anybody, everybody told me not to move in with your friends, like, for roommates.
That is a good point.
Which I've heard a lot, but I was like, whatever, it's fine. Which I'm not going to say my experience hasn't been terrible, but I will say that it's a lot easier moving with people that you don't have a close relationship with. Because when things get like, say, again, it goes back to the whole like, oh, if you're dirty, oh, if I'm clean type of thing. It's, to me, it's
or just in general disagreements that you guys might
have. Exactly. It doesn't matter really what it is. It can be more awkward to talk about it with a friend than you think. Even if you're close, it can be. Just because, like, it's a different, like, territory. Because it's not just, like... Because you see your friends outside, it's whatever. Like, they're not in your personal living area. But once it turns to personal living area, people like to live differently. Which I've noticed. So, I would just say... definitely consider not moving in with friends. First, at least.
So, how would you say is the best way to find roommates, then?
I would say there's a lot of, like, pages, you know, like, that's how we... Well, that's not how we found Deanna, actually, but, I don't know if I should have name dropped.
Okay, bro. We could bleep it out. Yeah. We could bleep it out with, like, I'll put the SpongeBob sound where it's, like, the dolphin sound.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'll just edit that in there. And,
okay.
Like, yeah.
I like that. But, yeah, so, I mean, we found her, like, you know, just through me, but... we were gonna find people through. There's like pages and stuff, you know, for college kids.
Yeah, it's on the internet.
Yeah, and then obviously meet up with them. Do what you want, but that's to me weird if like you don't meet up with them before moving in with them because it could be
family
crazy.
Too is also a good alternative if you can't meet it, if you don't feel comfortable living with strangers on the internet. Family's always like a good alternative if you have families your age or family that's just trying to move. Yeah, because then that's just some sort of understanding of where you guys both come from that helps you mesh on a level that you can't really mesh with on a stranger.
Yeah, that's true.
I lived with this one kid.
Oh, you're telling the story?
I was gonna tell the story. Yeah, I was gonna tell the story.
Okay.
Was I not supposed to?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I lived with this one kid, and he was having, I guess, like, episodes around finals or something. And that's, like, the moment where I realized, like, oh, I don't know if I really want to live with strangers. So I see, like, both sides of the spectrum, I guess. Like, I see how, like, living with strangers could be better than living with your friends. Yeah. Because I'm living in a situation right now with strangers, but it's chill. I don't ever see them.
Because they're not strangers now.
Even, like, we have little conversations and stuff here and there about, like, sports or about, like, the apartment, like, whatever. Yeah, I know him enough, but I think most of it is the fact that I see him, like, once every 4 months. Honestly, like, they're never there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like I'm living alone. So I guess the key to roommates is to live alone. Yeah.
Yeah, to live alone.
I guess that's the key to roommates.
Find people who always want to go home on the weekends.
I was thinking about this earlier when we were talking about this. I wonder, like, what's, like, some of the craziest roommate stories out there? Could you look that up?
Yeah.
Real fast?
I gotcha. I remember one. Where is that one at? Because this one was pretty crazy. What was it? Two roommates. The girl stuck her toothbrush up her ass or something.
I've seen some guys do that at a sleepover one time. I've seen some people do that. I've seen someone do that when I was, like, in, like, the 7th grade or something. I swear I saw
a prank
some,
or something?
Yeah, exactly. You know, it was like
that's
some,
not
like,
a prank.
It was
some
the
real
funniest
life
thing
stuff.
ever. Yeah, that was definitely some funny stuff. They, like, they put a toothbrush up a dog's butthole, and the dude brushed his teeth with it the next morning. It was the weirdest
your
thing
friends?
ever. They're not my friends. I don't hang out with them anymore, but I haven't talked to them since, like, middle
oh my
school.
God. They put a toothbrush up a dog's ass?
Yeah, they did.
That's
I'm definitely gonna bleep out the names.
Yeah,
I'm gonna block out the names. Or, like, the actual thing that they did.
Because I was like, that's
I'm gonna
people
block
are
out
gonna,
the
like,
specifics
freak the fuck
of what
out.
they did. Peter's gonna email me.
Yeah.
I heard Peter was fake, though. So, you know what? # fake news.
No. I need sources. Yeah.
She looks like she'd do some crazy shit too. That's kind of how
she said there's music here.
Technical difficulties.
Excuse me. She posted because she's dumb. This is another thing too, like, just dumb. She posted it on her social media, like, that she did all this, and so obviously somebody saw and said something. She put it where the sun don't shine, and that's exactly what she said in her post too.
What does that mean?
Like, stick it where the sun don't shine. Like, that's like a saying about like your asshole, basically.
I've never heard about that ever.
It's just like because you can't. I don't really know.
I've never heard about that country ass saying in my life. I can tell you're from Jacksonville.
Anyway, I don't ever use it myself. She asked me if I was moving out. Okay.
Say goodbye to the Jamaican Barbie.
Yes.
Wow.
She did say that.
People are so strange.
She said, finally did it. Your girl got rid of her roommate after 1.5 months of spitting in her coconut oil, putting moldy clam dip in her lotions, rubbing used tampons on her backpack, putting her toothbrush where the sun doesn't shine, and so much more. I can finally say goodbye to Jamaican Barbie. So that's what she posted on her
but like, why
Instagram.
My question is, like, why do you think she did that? Do you think that was rooted of...
It might have been rooted of race. Well, because the fact that she had to put Jamaican Barbie in there... Maybe, I don't know. It could be.
That's what's throwing me off, because here's my thing. Jamaican Barbie seems like a really weird racial slur. If it's supposed to be, like, offensive. Because it's like, what is she trying to do?
Barbies are, like, not...
They're, like, the only thing you play with.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a girl. They're, like...
No, not the only thing. But yeah. I used to play.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Trying to get the feminists on me.
I was just saying. Yeah, people are like, there's a hashtag justice for Jazzy because people apparently I don't think she got I don't think she plead like it was guiltier. I don't think she
didn't get any type of repercussions.
No, I don't think she did. I think that's why they put... Oh, although the incident was reported, Rowe said the school asked her to sign a no-contact agreement, meaning she would have no communication with the roommate, and she was told if she talks about the incident, she could be removed from campus. Which... Oh, she was arrested and charged with third-degree criminal mischief. Mischief? I said that right?
Mischief.
That's what I was like. I didn't say it right. And second-degree breach of the peace and release on bond.
Wow.
Okay, so she did get arrested, but she was bonded out, so whatever. But yeah, I mean, it says right here about racism, which obviously, you know, it's hard not to say race has to do with it if she's talking about her race or ethnicity, but yeah, so that one was that one sticks in my head a lot when I think about
my question is, if you're living with someone who's doing all that and then it's on social media and like that's just a certain level of disrespectful that you don't cross.
We would have to fight.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
We would have to fight.
If someone walks up to you right now and then spits on you while your mouth is open and you're talking to someone else.
Yeah.
And spits in your mouth, what's the first thing you're going to do?
I'm going to swing.
You're going to fight them. Like, if someone's rubbing bloody tampons and putting my toothbrush in their butt, like, why didn't that girl not fight? Like, I wonder if she knew. That's what I'm asking.
Well, no,
really.
She didn't know, but she said she was, I don't think it's in this, but I remember reading this a long time ago and her saying something about, like, she wasn't feeling well. She could have died.
Yeah,
like, first of all, moldy clam shit. What the, like, what? Where do you even, I've never even seen clam dip in my life, but she's rubbing clam dip in her, like, she thought her lotion was like expired or something, and then rubbing used tampons.
White people get a lot of flack, but I could tell you one thing: they're top notch in doing mischievous shit. And all those shenanigans, clam chowder and her lotion. That's that's
next level.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they have that a lot.
It was hatred, like fuck you.
Like if you watch like Michael Jordan in the gym practicing those free throws, putting shots up, and then you see him in game 6 of the finals. That's what white people. That's the level they've reached with doing mischievous shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like no one does it better. Yeah. They took over that whole industry of mischief and plotting and scheming.
Yeah. It's pretty, I will say I've never had that experience before. I don't ever want to have that experience.
Yeah, I'll put it like this. If someone touches my skin with some clam lotion, they're catching these hands.
Hell yeah. She could have died. She put her whole toothbrush where she puts in her mouth in her asshole where feces comes out. And I just learned about the digestive system.
You just did,
and it's gross. It just, let me just say that.
It's gross.
Your definitely poop does not start once you feel it. It starts a lot earlier than that.
It's pretty gross in there, yeah.
Yeah. So, nah, she would have had to fight. But,
that is pretty gross.
Other than that.
What else has been happening in, like, current events and, like, current culture have you been keeping up with? I know I was reading about how there was a doctor out of Ohio, I believe, and he had, like, killed, like, 34 people or something. He had, like, 25 deaths.
Oh, yeah.
Or something crazy. Could you look that up real fast? Just get the specifics on that. But from what I remember, yeah, he was just overdosing people and giving his patients an excessive amount of, like, fentanyl and, like, painkillers, drugs like that.
Oh, trying to, like...
Like, basically, like, he's one of the doctors that's making, like, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah.
That's, like, burdening all of America and Florida. So it like, so bad, honestly, because the doctors in America, they do this thing that's backed by the pharmaceutical companies where they push out pills and painkillers and a whole bunch of medicines that have a whole bunch of fucked up side effects and don't even really fix or help the thing that you're might be seeing them for. They just kind of suppress the symptoms.
So it says the hospital first revealed details about the case after Franklin County prosecutors and Columbus police began interviewing dozens of witnesses and reviewing medical records. They said of at least 29 patients investigating the deaths of who had, like you said, fentanyl doses. And then most of his patients were not alert and in intensive care. If someone could not feel pain, there would be no legitimate medical reason to administer, is what the doctor said.
The doctor said if someone could not feel pain, what? Say
there
that
would
one
be,
more time?
If someone could not feel pain, there would be no legitimate medical reason to administer the potentially fatal doses of fentanyl, O'Brien said. Which, oh wait, is that the doctor? In Ohio? Just kidding. That's not the doctor.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Let me restate that.
I was about to say, that doesn't
that's
sound
the,
like the
that's
doctor.
The,
Prosecutor?
Prosecutor?
Yeah, most likely.
But,
it's alright. We'll drop the link and figure it out. It's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, he basically just dosing people up.
I feel like that's one of those problems that could easily be solved if people just smoke a little bit more weed.
Yeah.
I honestly do, because it's like, even if you don't even smoke weed, if doctors start switching to CBD prescribed preventatives, and then...
It also goes back to, though, like, the morale of the doctors. We have to have, like...
Yeah,
we have to have good
like
people to be good doctors.
Type of person to be, like... Because everyone knows what fentanyl is. It's not like it's like the heroin of, like, medicine, let's be honest. So, like, to give that much fentanyl out and in 2019, like... It's 2019, what?
Yeah.
It's like going to the beach and littering.
Yeah.
It's 2019.
Because if you're a bad doctor, or if you're a bad person and then you're a doctor and you're like, oh, well, I can give my patient some medical marijuana that can help relieve, or let me get some fentanyl.
Get them on fentanyl.
Boom, let me do that instead because I'm a bad person.
That is true. I wonder if that's like an internal dialogue that doctors have that they go through. I'm not a doctor, you know what I mean? I studied like small health and like medical stuff.
Is that not one of the reasons why you wanted to start kind of going
That's
into
the main reason I want to be in the health field, because there's a lot of major issues with practices and just in terms of lack of research and like there's hidden agendas with insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies and the government and a whole bunch of things that aren't even about the medicine. I'm trying to get the medicine. My goal in life would be to get the medicine back on point to where it's focused on helping people. Yeah. Instead of all the other shit.
The easier way out. Which I'm not saying all doctors like that for sure.
No, not all doctors are like that.
But it's just the cases that I'm reading are crazy.
And in a lot of cases, it's not even the doctor. It's the doctor's boss. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because like at the end of the day, you still have a boss and you still have an entity that I don't know, I said that shit like entity. You still have an entity though that you're working for. So there's corruption that way. And going through like the like I said, I'm not a doctor by any means, but going through the minor medical class that I've taken, I've seen how that shit could, like, take your soul away from you if you do that for, like, 10 plus years.
Yeah, you stop caring.
You stop caring. You just see humans differently. Like, it's crazy. I don't know.
Because you kind of have to, though.
You have to in order to deal with the trauma.
But you have to have, like, a good, like, balance though.
Right?
Because if you're too desensitized, then you're kind of like a robot.
100%.
And then that's a little scary
100%.
if you're working in people's feelings. But then you can't also be, you know, boohoo crying all the time because that makes people uncomfortable.
That is true. Something else that I saw, I don't know if you could pull this up as well, but I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw a funny news report about Paul Pierce.
The pooping thing?
Yeah. So basically, if you're unaware of who Paul Pierce is, he was a legendary, I wouldn't say legendary, but he was a very good NBA player. He played on the Celtics back in the day with, like, Rondo and Kevin Garnett. And basically, he went out on the news. He does, like, sports analyst shows now. And he went out on one of these shows and was talking about how in one of these really, really important big games, he, I remember this, he had got injured, and then they had to exit him from the building in a wheelchair. They wheeled him out, and he was crying and holding his leg like he caught a cramp or something, like he had a leg injury. And then, so they wheeled him out through the hall in the stadium, and then, like, 10 minutes later, he came back and played perfectly fine.
It literally said, and then less than 2 minutes of game time later, Pierce gleefully skipped back onto the court. He showed no symptoms of injury or fear of risking further damage and scored 13 points in the game's final 18 minutes.
Yeah, so basically Paul Pierce came out on the on TV, on national television, and he went out and said that he did all this just because he really had to use a bathroom, and, like, he had to take a shit, basically.
Yeah.
So he faked an injury, got escorted out just so he could take a shit.
Because you're not allowed to just, like, be like, all right, I need to pause the game for a second, I need a shit.
I mean, you really could, I guess, but, like, it's a championship game. It's a high intensity. So, like, and he was like one of the main players.
Because it says, according to The Ringer, and athletes do poop their pants during sports events from time to time.
How often?
Well, that's what I was going to say, though. I mean, which makes sense. Like, because realistically, if you really have to go and you're in the middle of a game, you can't just, especially if you're, like, Stephen Curry or, like, LeBron or something,
if you
Kevin
got
Durant.
Hundreds of millions of dollars on the line. I do like how you just reference all those players like you'd watch basketball.
Yeah,
I know. It's the effort that counts in those situations. But yeah, no, that's crazy. I wonder how many sports are people just out there shitting themselves.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, how many times has Michael Phelps just did what he had to do? You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but that is crazy.
I mean, maybe not him though. Isn't it?
I don't know. Michael Phelps was. You know, it's something crazy with Michael Phelps. I was thinking about this unrelated the other day too. He was, like, one of the first athletes to openly promote weed and, like, change the stigma about marijuana.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's good.
Yeah, bro. He got suspended from the Olympics or something because he smoked weed, and then
Michael Phelps is swimming.
Yeah, he has so many. Yeah, he's swimming.
Okay.
He has so many gold medals and he's like one of the world's best athletes, and he gets high. That was such, like, a paradigm shift for, like, people to be like, wait, what? Because everyone before that was, like, the war on drugs.
Yeah.
Where there was, like, a widespread epidemic of anti-weed posts,
anti-drugs in
and
general,
propaganda and stuff like that.
It started in the 80s with good old Reagan.
With Reagan, exactly, yeah, and then.
Oh, sarcasm.
And then.
Making sure.
No, I understood. And from there, people just associated smoking weed with, like, being lazy and, like, being a bum.
Pothead. Remember, there's the video from, like, I think it's the 80s or 90s, and it's, like, that guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but, and he has an egg, and he's like, this is your brain on drugs, and it's, like, a fucking egg.
Yeah, that's an egg frying.
Cooked or whatever.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, that is so unrealistic, because if you look at it now, one of the most successful people in the world smokes weed hella people smoke weed.
Yeah,
look, it's like,
Snoop smokes weed. He's still relevant.
He's an ambassador.
Yeah. I don't know who else actually smokes weed that I can.
Literally everybody.
Yeah.
There's, like, most.
I just couldn't really think of anybody openly.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is crazy. But what else has been going on? I know, you'd probably be interested ever since we saw The Avengers, which was a decent movie.
I cried.
You don't even like superhero movies, and you cried for that movie. So
I love Iron Man. That's why. Spoiler alert.
Speaking of Iron Man, yeah.
Just in case you did not see it.
Speaking of Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., who's the actor that plays Iron Man, he recently has been doing something with some Iron Man shit. Basically, he has been going out and supporting and talking about how technology could save the environment. Using nanobots or something like that. He's basically trying to become the real life Iron Man. I think, he just got caught up in the role, and then now he's like, now I have to.
Yeah.
Like, the expectation was so high for him to save the world.
Let's see.
Now he's like, guess I gotta do it. No one else will.
He wants to, let's see.
I want to see him compete with Elon Musk.
That's what I was just about to say.
To, see who would save the world first. Because, yeah.
But I think Robert Downey Jr. is a little less problematic right now than Elon Musk.
I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. was on heavy drugs for a long time.
Well, yeah, but that's his thing though. I meant problematic in terms of with other people. Elon Musk is going through a court, he's on trial right now.
Elon Musk is always on trial.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now. Okay, that doesn't make sense.
Robert Downey Jr. being on drugs, that's him. He's not hurting anybody but himself.
Yeah, but Elon Musk is always in court. And always saving.
Great. He's still doing good things, and I want my next car after the next one.
Yeah, Elon Musk hopefully sends. I want him to send me a Tesla.
Yeah.
Signed and Sharpie on the side. I feel that would be the ultimate gift.
Organization. Let's see. Team Robotics. So he just wants. So he doesn't I'm not releasing any details per se. He just wants to be able to clean the Footprint Coalition is what it's called, which is a group that he's gonna start doing. It's gonna schedule to launch in April of 2020.
Okay, so more details will be out then. But basically, he is just trying to connect the technology that we have in 2019 to patching the problems in the environment.
A lot of plastic that's around
exactly,
the world.
And he did say it should be able to make a drastic difference in the next 10 years. So that is cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, because shit is going to. Yeah, I don't even know.
Shit is going to shit.
Yeah, shit is going to shit, literally.
But I don't know. I feel better about people trying to do. It's frustrating because I'm just it's taken this long for people. Once we're really in this shit, people are oh fuck, we need to do something right now.
Yeah, but we also didn't even have the technology for a long time to understand what
or the care though too.
Or the care either. But it's that's not everyone's job. It's unfair to say that's everyone's job.
No, for sure. But I'm just saying. I'll also say to the masses too. I'll say
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Government higher up people definitely have always known about the damages, but they didn't want to relay that to the public.
Yeah.
Because then maybe people would be freaking out.
Yeah.
So
okay, I see the point. Yeah, I see that.
But it's good though now people know because now people are trying to do something like Robert Downey Jr., Elon Musk.
There's a lot of people out there making efforts. Jaden Smith,
Willow Smith. She collabed with Adidas.
All the Smith.
Yeah,
all the Smiths.
All the Smiths.
Yeah, everyone.
Great family.
Please adopt me.
But yeah, it's pretty good too.
Yeah. So I think that was all for this episode. Did you have anything else you wanted to plug or say?
Yeah.
We've both been hella busy lately.
Yeah. Just keep on the lookout for our social medias, our promo videos that we're going to be doing for it. We're still getting used to this little podcasting setup.
Yeah, thanks to everyone listening.
Yeah, it's our first time. We're getting there. But yeah, I guess we said Wednesdays?
Every week, yeah.
Every week.
For now, it's going to be Wednesdays, but it might change.
Yeah.
Look out right now for Wednesdays. You could look out for my merch I have coming up. I'm selling some merchandise. You can find that on kennybhawkins.com. Look out for any snippets of the book I might drop. I might drop in a little, capsules too.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And
yeah. Thanks for
listening.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.